Hello, I am Delaney Shear, and I'm an 8th grader at Pryor Middle School.
I'm Kennedy Lewis, a freshman at Pryor High School.
I'm Michael Prather, an 8th grader at Pryor Middle School.
I'm Lucas Smith, a freshman at Pryor High School.
Hi, I'm Benton Raymer, a sophomore at Pryor High School.
I'm Erica Dodson, a sophomore at Pryor High School.
I'm Gracie Vivian, a freshman at Pryor High School.
I'm Grace Rutherford, an 8th grader at Pryor Middle School.
Together, we make up the 2019-2020 Pryor Junior High Student LEAD Team. This team was formed last year to be a voice for our school's learners. If you aren't aware, Bridge Camp is a one-day camp right before school starts in which incoming students to the middle school get to spend a day here and learn everything they should need to know to prepare them for the upcoming year. We were excited to have the opportunity to host this year's Bridge Camp and share with you all the knowledge we've gained throughout our years here. However, due to unfortunate world circumstances, we won't be able to host an in-person Bridge Camp this year like we'd hoped. Instead, we're going to do our best to consolidate our one-day camp into this video to give you the information you'll need to be successful here at Pryor Middle School. To make things simple, we're going to split things into chapters. On your screen now, you'll see the video's table of contents. Each chapter will have a timestamp you can skip to rewatch that part in case you missed something. We highly encourage you to put away any possible distractions and thoroughly watch this video. We promise that those of you that watch and pay attention to this video will have a much better experience at the middle school, and your time here will be much smoother.
So now I'm going to give you a quick tour of the school, starting here at the cafeteria where you'll enter in the mornings. And over here we have Miss Cochran's class. Over here we have Family and Consumer Sciences, or Miss Clark's class. And right here we have Miss Crutchfield's class. And over here we have the art class. So across from the art room we have the athletic cubbies where you can store your athletic bags. So over here we have a reading class. Here is the band room, and down that hallway is the choir room. So across from the office, we have a reading classroom. So down here is the 6th grade hallway where you'll find your 6th grade blockers, social studies, math, and English. So here are the 6th grade science classrooms. So over here are the 8th grade math classrooms. This is a 7th grade social studies class. Down here on the left behind this tarp are 7th grade science classrooms, and over here are 7th grade math classrooms. So right here is the other 7th grade social studies classroom. Here are 7th grade English. Down this hallway to the left side is 8th grade English, and to the right is 8th grade science. Here are 8th grade social studies classrooms, and this is the library. So down this hallway we have a computer class and Ms. Crawford's class. This is another computers class. Here is Miss Watkins' class. And right through here is another computer class. And that's it.
Pryor Middle School has two offices. The lower, or front office, can be found here, and the upper office here. In the lower office, you'll find Miss Head, the attendant secretary, Officer Jenkins, the school resource officer, Miss Horton, the registrar, and Mr. Potter, the principal. In the upper office, you'll find the counselors, Miss Ross and Mr. Morgan, the assistant principal, Mr. Matheson, Miss Kennedy, the behavioral specialist, Miss Calvert, and the nurse.
When you arrive at Pryor Middle School in the morning, you can be dropped off anytime after 7:45 at these north doors leading into the cafeteria. Here you can eat breakfast or simply sit and wait with your friends for school to start. At 8:03, a bell will ring for you to exit the cafeteria, and you'll have 7 minutes to go to your locker and get to your first hour class. If you show up after 8:05, you'll need to enter through the front office located on the west side of the school and check in.
Walking through the hallway, you'll see lines of tape running down the middle. These are to avoid traffic during changing of classes. Walk on your right side, just like driving regulations. Some hallways are only one-way hallways. You'll see yellow arrows in the wall indicating which way you can walk in that hallway. Make sure to follow these directions. You have 5 minutes to get to your next class. Don't worry, it'll be plenty of time. It's important to avoid loitering in the hallways. It can be tempting to stop and talk to your friends you see. However, this creates traffic jams and slows you down from getting where you need to go.
Entering the cafeteria, the queue to get to lunch will be divided into two lines. Once you get to the desk, you can enter your school ID number on the keypad. You'll then be able to pick up a grab-and-go lunch. You can also bring a lunch from home. However, no food may be delivered to you during the day.
After school, you can either get picked up, walk, or ride the bus. The pickup locations are out through the cafeteria on the north side of the building, as well as on the west side. These are the only places you can be picked up on school grounds after school. The buses will pick up learners by the old Homeland parking lot. Walkers can simply walk to their desired location. Bus riders and walkers are dismissed at 3:25 p.m. and car riders at 3:30. If you are a car rider, you must stay until 3:30. These instructions are here to help maintain social distancing and make sure every learner gets home safe.
Every learner will receive their own locker and combination, which you can use to store your backpacks, textbooks, cell phones, and any other school or personal items. Backpacks must be kept in lockers. They are not allowed to travel with you to your classes.
On your schedule, you'll have a 3-digit locker number, as well as a combination consisting of 3 2-digit numbers. We'll point out where this is on your schedule later on our chapter, covering how to read your schedule. For now, we're going to show you how to open your locker. It's important that you know the difference between clockwise and counterclockwise. An example is on your screen now if you aren't sure. When you get to your locker, begin by spinning it a few times clockwise. This will reset the mechanism. Next, spin clockwise to your first number. This locker's first number is 16. Next, you want to spin counterclockwise. However, instead of stopping on the second number, you want to pass it. Then you'll stop on it on your second pass. Finally, you'll go clockwise to your third number. After you stop on it, you can pull on the black plastic latch and pull towards you, opening your locker.
If we moved through that a little too fast, feel free to rewind the video and watch as many times as you need until you've got it down.
If you participate in athletics, you'll probably have an athletic bag for your clothes and equipment. Those can be stored here during the day in athletic cubbies in front of the cafeteria. They're sectioned off in two areas, one for 7th and 8th grade. These help you find your bag easier at the end of the day. Make sure you store yours in the right section.
Traditionally, you're probably used to semesters, 2 grading periods. However, this year, Pryor Middle School will be using trimesters. This means you will have 3 grading periods. Some classes you will have for only 1 or 2 trimesters, while other classes will be all year long. We'll cover more about this in our chapter about reading your schedule.
When you receive your schedule, it may look a little confusing at first. Don't worry, we'll break it down for you. Let's start here, the information on the top.
On the left, you'll find your name and student ID, followed by your grade. Listed here are the counselors, Ms. Ross and Mr. Morgan. Under this is your homeroom, which is your tiger time. Finally, on the right, you'll find your locker number. This is how you find your locker in the hallway. Under that is your locker combination, 3 two-digit numbers. Under this information, you'll find your schedule. Let's take a look at each column. The column labeled period is which period of the day you'll have that class. Each period is listed 3 times. This is for each trimester. The first time it's listed will be for the first trimester, the second time the second trimester, etc. You'll have 5 classes each day plus tiger time. Course name is, as it sounds, the name of the class. You can ignore the course section information. This is just for reference in the Tyler system. Room is the room number in which your class will be in. Teacher is, well, the teacher that will be teaching the class. Term is the dates you're enrolled in this class. Looking down through the schedule, you might notice that some classes are listed 3 times, some twice, and some only once. Electives such as athletics, band, and choir are all year long, so you'll have them all 3 trimesters. Most core classes are only 2 trimesters, meaning you may switch what hour your class is in between trimesters. On our example schedule, this student would have math first trimester 5th hour and 3rd trimester 4th hour. Other electives may be 1 or 2 trimesters in length. If you have athletics on your schedule, your room will be listed as HS for high school, no matter what sport you're in. Your teacher will also show up as Coach Heston, the Assistant Athletic Director. Note that all other teacher names on this example schedule are purely fictional. If you see IE1 or IE2 as room number, these stand for Industrial Engineering Rooms located outside on the east side of the building. If you see PB 1, 2, 3, or 4, these are portable buildings which can be found on the north side of the building out the 6th grade hallway. If you'd like to take a closer look at the schedule, you may pause the video and do so now before we move on.
As we mentioned in our previous section, each day you have a class period called Tiger Time. Everyone has Tiger Time at the same time, and it's a 30-minute class after second hour. You can use this period each day to check your grades, work on leader and me activities, complete your learner leadership portfolios for learner-led conferences, and work on your Naviance profiles.
Each day you'll have 5 classes as well as a Tiger Time. On Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, each class will be 70 minutes long. On Wednesdays, you will not have Tiger Time, and each class will be only 64 minutes long. You'll also have 30 minutes for lunch each day.
The school's attendance policy says that a learner may not be absent for any reason other than school-sponsored activities for more than 5 days during a trimester in order to receive academic credit. Learners who exceed 5 absences in a given trimester will receive a grade of F for each class in which they have more than 5 absences in. Your parents or guardian will be contacted after 3 absences.
During Tiger Time each day, your teacher will check to ensure your clothing is appropriate and in line with the dress code. Students aren't allowed to wear hats, hoods, sleeveless shirts, spaghetti straps, crop tops, or low-cut tops. Skirts and shorts should be at least fingertip length when the arms are dropped naturally to the sides. Jeans must not have any rips above fingertip length.
Planners are used to help keep you organized with your classes. In each class, there'll be an agenda somewhere on the board. The agenda is each individual class's daily plan. It is your responsibility to write down the agenda for that day and/or week. Another use for your planner is that it is your hall pass. If, for any reason, you need to leave the classroom during class, you will have to fill out the hall pass section of your planner and then have your teacher sign it for you to be able to leave. The planner also holds the school handbook. Finally, the planner doubles as your leadership portfolio, so it is where you will record your goals, attendance, grades, and other things that you have recorded in your previous leadership portfolio. This information will be important to have when it comes time to make your learner-led conference presentation.
One of the most frequently asked questions about the middle school is about the cell phone policy. Cell phones will only be allowed at lunch as well as before and after school. Phones will not be permitted in class and must be left in lockers.
Pryor School's administration is doing their best to make a safe learning environment for us to be able to return to school in person this year. To do this means adding some precautions, making our routine different from a normal school year. Upon arriving at school, you will walk through a scanner that checks your temperature. Any student with a temperature over 100 or higher will be sent home. Masks will be required at all times. Drinking fountains will be closed, and desks in classrooms will also be spread out to help social distance. Please keep in mind that this is not a complete list of the safety measures put in place, and they could change at any time. For a full re-entry plan, you may visit the URL on your screen.